What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You know what time it is. It's Trill time where I'm King, back at you with another video. And today, I want to talk about the importance of a vision board and a 5-year plan. So I'm gonna talk about both of these topics in the same video. And so I'm about to share with you my vision board. And I made this vision board about a year ago, and I need to update, and I'm in the midst of updating. And I kind of debated if I was going to share this with you, but I can't talk about the topic without sharing this with you. So let me bring it out, and don't laugh at me. So this is my vision board, and these are the things that were important to me a year ago. So I remember I told you guys I had wanted to move to Miami, and Miami was at the top of my list. And I always put down the importance of working out. So I always have quotes about, reminding me to work out and to not quit. This right here is the body goal that I aspire to have. This was just a random car. There was no specific car that I wanted. I had got the car, so that one can come off. Money, just making sure I have money saved up, the importance of saving and having money. And I tied in random quotes and locations and different things that I want. So like the bottom of it, you see this is a Hollywood star. It says your name here. Pictures of the gym, because you have to constantly keep yourself motivated at times. And so like these are just, these are old goals and old, things for me. I've accomplished some of them I'm still working on, but I'm in the midst of creating a new one. And the reason it's important to have a vision board is because you need to visualize your goals every day. And it's something like they say, when you have it written down, and when I have it here and I look at it every day on my wall in front of me, when you look at it and it's looking back at you, it's like you're putting that energy out there into the world for things to start to begin to manifest themselves. And so that's why it's so important for you to have it there, because you can have it here, but it's something about when you speak on it, you visualize it, and you just continue to keep bringing it up, you speaking it up, and things begin to start happening. And so you see a couple of those goals I have knocked off, and some of them are still in the works. And one of the things that I found out actually is that over time, when you look at this one isn't even important to me anymore. I really don't want to move to Miami, because I've been to other places that have brought me happiness since I've been to Miami. And I was like, damn, do I still want to move to Miami anymore? And it's like, no, I would love to travel there more often, and be able to travel to different places, but it's not somewhere I necessarily want to live at this moment anymore. And so, you constantly have to update, your vision board with your goals and stuff. So like right now, my current goals are actually like YouTube goals. And so I had wrote them down. So the 10th of October, I had 227 views. And so my goal by the 10th of November was to double the views that I had. And I wanted to double the videos that I had put up. And so I had put down, the amount of subscribers, the views, and how many videos I had. And I wanted to double that. Now, doubling up the videos, because if I keep doubling each month, that's the hardest part, to keep having new content to put out and making sure I have time and have things to talk about. Because I don't want to just be making videos just to make videos. I want to come to you guys with like things that are important and I can talk with you about and maybe help you out in life. And I don't want to just be up here like rambling and talking about things that aren't important. And so that's why the doubling up videos is one of the things that's not so easy, but it's still something that I am going to work on. And the views is something that's important, because you see where you start at, and then you say, I want to double up to this, and then you double and you say, I want to double up to this in a month. And so, as I'm talking about this gets into a 5-year plan. And the reason it gets into a 5-year plan is because, a 5-year plan is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. And you know, it's just as important as making a vision board. And the vision board is more so, I guess I want to say it's more so short-term goals than it is long-term goals. You know, a 5-year plan is more so when you're looking out, you know, long-term. You say, oh, I want to have a house, I want to have kids, I want to have a car, I want to, you know, travel, I want to have this amount saved up in the bank. And that stuff takes time to happen. It's not something that, you know, you could put down, and you put down Miami. You know, I can go to Miami any given moment. That's easy. I can go hit the gym at any given moment. You know, I can go get another car if I wanted to. Those are not the goals you wanna, you know, you wanna have for a long term. The long term is like house, car, crib, wife, those type of things. But you know, with working on a 5-year plan, you have to have short term goals that are gonna lead you to get there. So this is, short term goals are really the key to reaching the long term goals, right? So this is, I'm tying everything back together. So the reason why I was saying that I had wrote down the views, subscribers, and stuff like that, and how I wanted to double up in the next month as far as where I was, is because those are my short-term goals. You know, my long-term goals is to, you know, grow this channel and have millions of people watching. But my short-term goals at the moment is, you know, let me double up, because you have to start somewhere. You know, everybody wishes that they could post a video, it goes viral, millions of people see it, all these people following you, liking you, and all that stuff. That shit doesn't happen overnight. It takes blood, sweat, tears, and time to reach that level, to get there. And you have to continuously be putting out good content, because you never know what video, like this is in YouTube sense, you never know what video is going to get you there. And then, you know, in another sense, let's say your goal is you want a wife and you want to have kids. That's something that you have to have short-term goals. If you're a single person, well, where do you know, you got to meet somebody first, right? You got to meet somebody, and then you have to make sure that this person is somebody who, you know, is actually worth being with, because there's a lot of people who come into your life just to waste your time. And sometimes you find maybe it's not to waste your time. Sometimes people just aren't compatible. You know, I've experienced that plenty of times, where you meet somebody and they could be so cool, but you're just not compatible with them. And that's why you have to make sure that's why you have to set those goals. You have to realize that it takes steps and it's levels to get to some of the long-term goals that you see. Because just because y'all might click right now, doesn't mean that when a situation comes up that y'all might still be clicking. Because there could be a lot of people, you know, I don't want to talk about relationships in this, but, you know, since I'm on the topic, when most relationships start off, a lot of people ride the honeymoon phase. And the honeymoon phase is probably the best time of a relationship. The honeymoon phase, in short, is just when neither person can do any wrong. You know, it's like perfect. It's like the person you're talking to is Jesus in form. You know, they can do no wrong. It's just sunshine and rainbows every day. And then after a while, you realize, like, hey, this person got a nasty attitude, or they got a negative attitude. They say smart stuff under their breath. They be bringing dishes down when I'm doing the freaking dishes that should already be in the sink. You know, just whatever. And so, you know, you really have to make sure you know, figure out who that person is before you think about marriage or having a child with the person. And so, but the 5-year plan is going to be your long-term goals. And so, you know, your long-term goals, like for me personally, one of my long-term goals is to be self-employed. I don't want to work for anybody. I want to be able to be my own boss. I want to get up when I feel like getting up, because I don't want anybody to own my time and to be like, I got a request off for my niece's birthday or my niece's graduation. Like, no, I just clear up my schedule and say, okay, I'll push these videos back to the next day or later or earlier. You know, not that somebody's going to say, well, we need you to work. We don't care that it's your niece's birthday or it's a graduation, and so you're going to have to call off to go do that. And so that's one of my long-term goals that I'm working on. Now, I want everybody to be be thinking the same, but everybody doesn't have that same grind and the same goals as me. And so that's why I just want you guys I want you guys to take another look at mine. And this, don't judge me over this because I made this a year ago and I was in a different place. But just think, traveling, these are places to travel to, car, the body go, Miami, quotes. And so when you make a vision board, I want you to mix in different things that are important to you to kind of motivate yourself to reach those goals. And always remember, the most important thing is to have short-term goals if you want to reach your long-term goals, because you're not just going to wake up and you're going to be here. It's a grind, because most people never see the steps and all the process of getting there. So a lot of people who are going to see me in a year, they're going to just see me up here, and they're not going to see like those first videos when I was nervous and nobody knew how I was like setting up the videos and the audio and finding somewhere to record and all those things. And so it's important to set those short-term goals, make a vision board, and really plan out what you want to do with the next 5 years of your life, because the time is clicking. It's going regardless of what you think. So it's best to have a vision. Do you plan on being at your job the next 5 years? If not, where do you plan on being? How do you plan on getting there? That's why it's so important for you to plan, because what's going to happen for some of you watching this video is that you're going to fucking wake up and you're going to be like, damn, I'm still at this shitty job, and now I'm 5 years older, and you don't feel like going anywhere, and you never went out and tried to accomplish your goals and do anything. And so you feel trapped after a certain point, because it becomes harder once you have children, to try to move states and switch jobs, because you say, I got bills to pay, I got kids to feed. So you're less likely to take risk than somebody. That's why it's best to take those risks when you're younger. And so that's why I want you guys to really sit down and think about, where do I want to be in the next 5 years? And once you figure out where you want to be in the next 5 years, that's when you start making the short-term goals on what's going to get you there. Because maybe you want to be an engineer, right? Me personally, I'm not going back to school. But if that's what you want to do, you're going to have to go to school. And you're going to have to sit here and say, what school am I going to get into? And start, you have to really start that process of getting back into that. And so nothing's going to happen overnight, but preparation, planning ahead is the most important thing that you could do. Because when you visualize something and you think about it, you start to put it out there, you say, this is where I want to be, this is how I'm going to do it. I want to be my own boss. How am I going to do it? I'm going to work on starting up my own business. I'm going to work on my own business. I'm going to research. I'm going to watch videos on YouTube. I'm going to read books. And I'm going to meet with other people who have become their own boss and try to gain as much knowledge from them as I can, and learn from the mistakes that they have made starting off, right? Those are mine. And, you're more than welcome to use some of my goals as your own if you want. I don't mind. Because I'm sure we all have similar goals and similar views. Because, long-term goal, I would love to have a family, wife, kids, and stuff like that. But short-term, that's not where I'm at. Short-term, I'm more so thinking of trying to build up an empire. And, building up an empire requires you to be really selfish with your time. And so that's why wife and kids is more so on the long-term end instead of the short-term. So, just sit down and think, think deeply about where you want to be, and how you plan to get there. And make sure, what you write down and what you're choosing to do is your purpose. Because this is my purpose. This is what I love to do. Talking to you guys, making videos, helping somebody change their life is what I love to do. And so, I would love to scale it up and be talking, right now I'm just talking to a few people. I plan on talking to, millions of people watching and million people and speaking at people's graduations, or maybe speaking to kids and telling them and letting them know that school isn't the only way, because some people might feel stupid when it comes to school because of the way school is set up, and say, you're not stupid, you just think differently. You have to tell them, like, all the geniuses thought differently and everybody called them stupid, and they proved everybody wrong. And so I want you guys to prove everybody wrong. I want you to go and write down a 5-year plan and then make those short-term goals. And I want you to go out and invest into, I don't know what you would call this, but like invest into something like this so you can, put up images, and so you can visualize it every day when you get up and you say, this is where I want to be in life. If it's a certain place you want to move to, you want to move there. Because I put it there, but it didn't work out. But it didn't work out because it was never meant to work out. And I was exactly where I was supposed to be. Because if I would have been there, and just looking back on it, I don't even really miss it anymore. Because it's like, that's not where I want to be anymore. Your goals change over time. You change. I'm not the same person I was a year ago, and neither are you. We're constantly evolving. So, just make sure you go and invest into a board, and make sure you get your goals and get your plans together and put it out there into the world, and start to work on it each day. Each day you're taking a step. Instead of, maybe your goal is to lose some weight, and so you put that picture of where you're at when you look in the mirror and you say, boom, I'm putting it up there. And then, you know what? You say, this is where I'm starting at weight rise. And then, you start posting. You say every 3 months, you got where you started, and then you got the goal body, like I had the goal body up there. And so I just want you guys to work on that, and so you guys can live your best life. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.